Hello everyone, welcome back to Timber and Stone. We are starting work on a large project this time. So we finished up the residential district. We have our kind of military academy over here. I am starting work this time. I think we're going to get the castle foundation done. So it's basically going to set the tone for the castle, where some of the first floor rooms are, and I've been cutting away at this mountain, trying to clear a nice flat area for us, so that way it looks embedded into the mountainside, and then parts of it will be a little bit above. Also, down here by the staircase and bridge, this is where our treasury is going to be, and so we are cutting away a fairly large section there. It's going to be basically going to look like a bank vault, hopefully, but you never know. So let's go ahead and get started pretty much right away, laying out the floor and rooms. So let's grab the walls, and castle brick, of course, is going to be most of this. So what I want to do first is probably lay out the walls, and then we'll put down the floor in the gaps that it creates. So first things first, I'm going to be tracing around kind of the mountainside here to create the individual rooms and things, and to just mark off how much space we really have to work with here. So I had to rotate the camera around. You can't bring the camera outside the actual map, so it can be a little bit of a hassle to work with. And hopefully the castle, because it is bumping right up next to the edge of the map, I don't know if monsters can spawn in that space or not, but you know, it's something I'm gonna have to learn eventually anyways, at least maybe for season 3 information, as I think it is necessary. So this will eventually, I think, have a tower over it or something, so we can go ahead and just lay that out for the most part, like so. We'll just walk this all the way around. Now it's gonna take a lot of bricks to do this, and I hope our brick supply doesn't run out. I have it set to 3,000, so we're already making our bricks to get this going. Alright, so let's decide kind of the main throne room area, which is probably going to be this section here, this back section. So we want an entryway. Let's go 5 wide, so that's our 5. So we can nestle our wonderful kind of throne and everything right there. This will be kind of the main court. And we can put a door there to access that back area. And then I don't know if I want a door on this side. Maybe only one access point to the back room. And then maybe back here we can have a little bit of a dining hall or something. Make this storage, so double door there, dining hall, and let's go with a door here to like the kitchen area, which will hopefully be pretty cool. And we can make this kind of an open entryway on either side. Alright. Maybe here, a bit of a library, a connecting hall, which I might leave open air. We'll just have some retaining walls on this side, but maybe have just this wide arched hallway connecting these two areas, and then this part will be another 2-story section, 2-story section, and then just an upper section in there. That way it just looks more embedded into the ground. So I need some storage up here, so people don't have to walk quite as far. So we'll do this, I think. And that'll give people access to this point. I don't know how I want the front towers to look or anything, or the front facade just yet, but we'll definitely get there. Gonna have to dig those 2 spots out, and this roof line just a little bit. Just so the tower looks far more grounded and kind of fits into the terrain better. So flooring, we'll think of something for the throne area here. So we want, how about a flat stone kind of entryway? It'll match the road and lead pretty much straight in like that. And then we will use pale brick, I think, for the surrounding areas, which will look cool. You know, maybe pale brick to kind of mark out kind of the main important pathways, which would be nice. And it'll probably stop here, and there'll be another door or something at that section. Let's go ahead and put it on double speed. It's going to be quite the long process. I can even switch more people over to a builder. Actually, that's our stonemason. We can switch you over. So we have 3 miners. I think 3 miners is enough, really. We don't really need much more than that. So that'll be the throne. That needs to be up on a little bit of a ledge. Just to raise them up, you know? And then we need to add roofing for kind of steps to get up there. Now we can put it right there across the center, and then we can put statues on either side just to make it look a little bit more grand. And let's go ahead and bring up the walls another little bit here. Otherwise, I'm going to start confusing the floor and walls from each other without some type of visual break. So we can do that. Cool. I think this will look pretty nice. It's going to be just a nice medium-sized castle. I don't know if it's going to be quite as big as the one from Freeport, but hopefully you guys will like it once we're done here. I'm really hoping maybe to prevent monsters from spawning into areas, the game's coded to hopefully make human placed blocks unspawnable or something. But you never know. We can use flat stone for this path over this way. Pale brick continuation here. Actually, I'm gonna make that pale brick end. I think that'll look best in the long term, so we can get rid of these and these. Leave the flat stone. Still need that. Alright. Lay out some grass. And then we'll add a hailstone entryway right there. And it is becoming evening. 10 minutes in. Hold on. I hear burning. And that is always a sign of necromancer, and that is... Wow, that's a big fire. Okay. Let's go ahead and transition people over to this side for defense. So we will make this point kind of our zone to hold down. And deactivate the other guard positions for now. And then people will eventually move over. I'm going to keep this archer here. He doesn't really need to come over, so I'm going to set him like that. Yeah, those infantry are moving over. Okay, these guys are already over here. Now we wait. And we can just keep building until they pretty much come into view. And we'll let our infantry engage them as they come in. I've had so many necromancers, by the way, like get confused because we were on this weird terrain. And they just kind of start running through the city trying to get to another point. And they don't summon skeletons. And then they just die. It's been very weird finding them here. Actually, no flat stone over this way. We'll do some wooden floor or maybe umber brick. Just some coloration and stuff. So, I think we're going to skip to maybe the next morning or when the necromancer arrives. That way you guys get some fresh combat. So, until then, yeah. Okay, so it looks like the necromancer is stuck in this valley and isn't marching forward. So... getting our archers to pick him off is a rather easy task at this point. And he's dead. So, that was a rather anticlimactic necromancer. So, we can actually return everyone back to their posts. It's always worrisome. I had to keep an eye out for those pesky goblins. And let's go ahead and add archer. Archer. Okay, and I'm starting to lose frames, by the way. A lot of frames when I zoom out a whole bunch. So, I try and stay relatively zoomed in throughout the game now. Alright, so our guards will go back to their standard posts, and we will continue work on our first floor here. What? Oh, I thought something paused the game for a second because no one was moving. So let's go up here. You guys can see kind of the basic floor plan. I am mixing up the floor types throughout the structure. I think that's going to be a good thing to do. And let's go and raise up the walls some more. Find our window placements and things like that. So obviously, gonna have a window there, and I think no window here. Nah, it wouldn't fit, so it's best if there wasn't. Now, unlike most of my builds, generally I have the throne room go all the way pretty much from the entryway straight back. Very cathedral-like. This one's different, and the reasoning is some people will always kind of say, oh, well, they'll just get assassinated because there's always windows in the back here. And so this one, the throne room's kind of more centralized to keep everyone safe. That is part of that. And we'll put a little window there. We can put a window here for the tower. Again, this is going to be kind of an open archway. Not archway, but hallway. Connecting the two sides. And, you know, don't think I'm going to be able to fit a window there and make it look good, so we'll have to wall that off. And bring up all the walls over here as well. No sense having windows in areas people can't see out, after all. No idea why our woodcutter's in here. Oh, probably from the shrubs and things. We'll just move them away for now. And let's go ahead. This right section over here, this little corner, is going to be the staircase up to the next floor. So we're going to have to build that relatively soon as well. I think each floor is going to be 5 blocks tall, so definitely higher than normal for us. Objects, we need some wooden chairs, I think, in here. Something like that. Small bookcase to each side, just for effect. And maybe even a roof of some kind over in this area. Let's find that. Man, I'm having trouble navigating these menus, and it's just no good. So that is flooring, not roofing. Let's see if I can actually read. That'd be great. Okay, there we go. And it's becoming nighttime again. So I think I'm going to go ahead and finish up the first floor, get our second floor kind of maybe started, and maybe bulk up the kind of surrounding hillside a little bit to make it look a little bit more sturdy, and that'll be that. Alright, so here is our basic foundation so far. I have put the little roof on the connecting hallway and widened up the base on this side a little bit. That way it looks like it's a little bit more sturdy against the hillside. And we have some basic furniture so far. I had to use medium tables to make our kind of great table here, as the normal large table just doesn't square up evenly, as this is an even spaced room. So I had to use something too wide, so a 4 wide table with 6 length. I might add another table just to make it a little bit longer and to make it just fit the room a little bit better. But I want to hear your guys' opinions on, you know, room layouts, things like that. Maybe you guys have some good suggestions for what might be missing. And if you don't like the general shape of things, it's still early enough to kind of adjust some areas. So hopefully you guys can comment down below whether you like it or not so far. And eventually you'll this is basically a beginning to see how much space the thing's going to take up. Some of the upper floors are going to go a little bit more into the hillside, depending. And yeah, this is the first start. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, feel free to subscribe to my channel for more creative goodness. Go ahead and hit that like button. Leave a comment down below on what you guys want to see next. And hopefully I can provide that for you. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next episode.